If I can make a completely unscripted video and still do better than you guys really need to do better. Buck up. I'm just using service 12 as an example, but I mean, nobody has ever done this before, and I think I might have low-key hinted it in the past, but nobody has ever dug deep to try to find out the reason why Singapore bus enthusiasts suck at making bus content. Like, especially for the historical side of things. Because genuinely, why would I even want to watch your videos when all you do is regurgitate when I could just simply go to SGWiki or LTG and just read it for myself? Like, I could just read it for myself. So what these people do is that they usually grab some random image from Google, and then they would go like,
Did you know that this service used to be operated by SBS Transit? Wow, I didn't know that. And did you know that right now it is operated by this particular public transport operator? Wow, amazing!
and when they do their videos, what happens is that they literally do this. They take this, and then they paste it here. And then they're like,
Oh, I'm going to stay where I took this information from, and I'm going to be repeating this for every single year until I finish the entire history of Service 12. And I'm just going to rephrase my words to avoid plagiarism.
and I know I've said this many times, but then, you know, the way they do their videos, it's like,
Did you know that there used to be a bus terminal here, and before the Northeast Line rationalization, there used to be Service 106 inside here. Service 106 used to be operated by a bus company known as Trans-Island Bus Services and later got rebranded to SMRT when TIPS was like losing money and SMRT had to absorb them. And did you know that because Service 106 used bendy buses in the past, we actually saw bendy buses entering and exiting this interchange?
I mean, literally everybody already knows that by now.
Service 106 is currently operated by...
I mean, the one genuine problem is that, and this is just one part of the problem, they don't turn their clocks back enough, and they would be disillusioned to think,
Oh, Service 106, it used to be under this bus operator that existed because before I was even born.
without realizing that pretty much every single service originated from SBS minus this, except this, which was renumbered from this. As well as these, which actually survived till the renumbering era.
La 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 la.
I mean, there were single-digit bus services operated by SSB. There were a few double-digit ones as well, but yeah. And even in this context, without even using my brain, I could already tell you that every single bus service in the past actually originated from this bus terminal and not over here. They eventually got shifted here. So basically there's this. First generation, obviously. The second generation originated from here. And I've repeated myself for the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th time that 109 is literally the only service that has never existed in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. And mind you, every single one of these were SBS. And also really simple things like how this thing got extended here and later got renumbered. But then they would just yap and yap and yap and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk when all you can say is that this thing shift here, this thing renumber, and then you show it in a diagram. It's honestly a lot more simple than you thought, than you think. Then you might be asking, why was this bus service even a thing in the first place? And And again, the reason is very, very simple. Like, there used to be bus services that, I mean, it's the 100 somethings, right? As the parent services, and then there used to be the variants. And obviously, I forgot the order of like which is which, but basically, some of the A or no A services, they would actually serve inside. Like, they would either serve like one half of it or another half of it. And when they decided to cut away the direct connectivity and just change this into hub spoke, that's literally how 217 was even born in the first place. And obviously the A's all got scrapped. And basically this feeder bus service and every single 100 something bus service all got shifted to the bus interchange, which was new at that time, obviously, to Serangoon Central. Like, I don't even have to yap that much. You guys already understand from my diagrams. And meanwhile, these bus enthusiasts are like,
Did you know this bus service used to originate from Serangoon Central and used to be under TIBS, and there used to be bendy buses going into Serangoon Central?
see, bus enthusiasts just have this like really, really bad habit of like regurgitating every single thing, even the unnecessary information. And every single YouTube video or like comment on some other site from these people, all I literally see them doing is and even when they try to regurgitate, they don't even know how to regurgitate properly, and that, I've mentioned before, can be seen in the Bendy Bus videos. They would come up with like this kind of stupid ass title without putting in a keyword, because you guys know. And then they would literally clickbait this shit to death, even though we already know that it's not true. And then they would go on their like piss poor attempts at like saying things like, I'm gonna be bringing you back nostalgia. I'm gonna be bringing you back. I'm gonna talk about like the entire history of bendy buses in Singapore that everybody already knows by now. Like, literally, how many of them can tell you that the reason why this bus was even flown in was because Tibbs knew that SBS was going to procure the bendy buses, like literally this and this. So because Trans Island Bus Services wanted to beat SBS to it, they literally had to flow this bus in. How many people just conveniently omitted this piece of information out? It's not giving people the full picture. Not only are they bad at explaining like the whole, bendy buses in Singapore, the history. I mean, I don't blame them if they don't know what's going on behind the scenes or anything, but it's like, you just know that like, they're just doing this just to clickbait people, even though we know this is not true. And then, besides saying the historical thing, what else would they do? They would be like, where are bendy buses common now? Let's hunt them. And I will take a video of myself actually hunting them and actually riding the bendy buses. Dude, I'm like, I've seen this kind of nonsense so many times to the point whereby I just, dude, just go to the places and hunt for the bendy buses yourselves, okay? Not to mention that these content creators don't even know that like the bendy buses are actually able to spawn on these services when the HRBC decides to take them out for a drive. And then they would put out the most like duh information that literally everybody knows. They would be like,
Did you know that bendy buses could be found in these places? I am going to laundry list out every single service that has bendy buses. Perm, Cameo, or whatever.
and most of the time they don't even know how to regurgitate properly. In fact, the only mistake I made was conveniently forgetting 190, but come on, I already have like so many other things memorized in my head. I don't even care. Like, I've even have content creators saying that,
You know 803 actually has like bendy buses, but...
and then when I pointed out all their flaws in their video, they started getting mad at me. Dude, I don't care if your video is like infographic or like well edited or what, if the information presented is like wrong in the first place. You might as well just like stick to doing your fucking slideshow videos. And don't even try to talk about a topic that you're not even a little bit familiar with. Literally every single time I make one of these titles, not this one, but like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, I'm trying to show something. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Every single time I make one of these videos, there would be like this as well. There would be comments trying to correct me, saying I did not quote the correct public transport operator. I'm sorry, I will never ever do a British accent properly. Skill issue on my part. It pretty much shows that like Singapore bus enthusiasts, like majority of them, they cannot even take a simple joke or satire, and all they know how to do is just regurgitate, produce, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and expect their video to do well. And even if their videos actually do well, it's probably because their videos are like less than 5 minutes, or like because people whom are already brain dead actually watch those videos because they themselves are brain dead. Like when I intentionally misspell things and those kids are like,
No, spell it properly. You're disrespecting the bus operator.
I mean, again, I do understand that like there are a lot of bus enthusiasts that are on the spectrum and all they really know how to do, or that they take pride in doing it, is that they only really know how to regurgitate stuff and not really know how to present it. Because the whole point about, you know, memorizing old bus routes is that you don't necessarily have to like memorize every single goddamn detail, only the key ones. The minor details are just, they're just there if you happen to be interested in the route. That's it. And the reason why you memorize old bus routes or try to understand them is that you understand the purpose of bus services back then and now. And if the route has stayed the same for like many years, you don't amend them unnecessarily. Unlike these people who are only focused on cutting bus routes because they want their skip, stop, long distance bus services that replace the current all stop parent services. This is why I tell people, don't listen to these idiots. Learn your bus history and learn the reasons, or try to infer the reasons why the bus routes are planned in a particular manner. Because the thing is, like, there is no point memorizing if you don't really understand what you're memorizing, or you don't really learn anything during the memorization process. Unless memorizing is really your hobby, and I'm not going to judge you for that, but yeah. But when literally almost the entire bus community is like centered around this kind of like no brain memorizing and regurgitation, then it starts to become a problem when it becomes like the norm for it. So now it is my turn to explain Service 12's entire history and also be precise at the same time. Now, I am not going to talk about this because this is literally, I mean, this one, because it's literally just a shifting of a terminal, and is this even important? Some people think it's important and they take pride in policing people when they don't quote the current bus operator. But again, this is literally just shifting from here to further east, and that's it. It's more or less the same road anyway. Not really the same road, but it's like it's just a shifting of a terminal. That's it. It's not a big deal. It's not rocket science. And then this part, it's literally one road becoming bidirectional. I'm sorry, from bidirectional becoming unidirectional. That's it. And this is just compass-wheel interchange. This one I will actually explain. So let's just put it this way. I have a modern day map and I have an ancient map. Let me just resize it so that it doesn't get cut off. Sorry about that. Okay, but honestly, the one problem I have with like the bus community in Singapore in general is that they love to regurgitate the really duh and you don't say stuff that everybody already knows. Like, you guys are making comments, not even trying to engage me. It's you guys are just making comments for the sake of making comments, and it's not just to me, but to other like content creators as well. They are like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and expecting the other person to be able to reply. I'm like, huh? And the way they go about like memorizing these bus route amendments, it's really, really robotic. It's like I don't even know how to say. It's like no emotion in it. Nothing. They just memorize for the sake of memorizing. So to put it simply, the oldest variation, I mean the oldest iteration of Service 12, Upper East Coast Road, Burdock Road, go up, and then Upper Changi Road. Upper Changi Road and Upper Changi Road East, they used to be like a connected road, the same road. This used to be connected to this, and so Mapa Terminal is around here. Then Service 12 got amended like this, up, 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 up. And then later, they changed it so that it goes via here instead of here. And you would realize it's literally just this road, this road. Before East-West line was a thing, this was a T-junction. Now that the MRT viaduct is there, it's now a Y-junction. So Service 12 actually used to go inside here. It doesn't anymore. So this is how Service 12 got its modern day sector. You see how simple this is as compared to like copy pasting and regurgitating information? Because there isn't like an information gap or anything. LTG or SGWiki didn't leave out any details or forget to explain forget to document like the changes. The only thing that changed is the road names, and that's it. But again, it's also interesting to learn the road names of the past as well, what they were and what they are now. I've already explained this, and basically everything to here to here to here to here, it's not really important. The sun over here is really self-explanatory. Just take it that it follows service 24. Some more useless information. To put it simply, this is so simple. Back then, roundabout. Nowadays, no more roundabout. You do see service 122 nowadays doing this U-turn, but they didn't want service 12 of the past to U-turn anymore. It used to be like this, the route. But they decided that they didn't want the U-turn at the junction anymore. And I presume this is before the MRT along this sector was even built in the first place. So basically they didn't want service 12 to U-turn anymore. And basically they just made service 12 like this. If I were to modernize the route. You see the part that I highlighted? Every single part that's below the highlighted part, honestly, it's not even that important anymore. Because you know why? This applied to like every single service, so it's not just service 12 that's affected by it. You don't even have to like memorize it, you just have to like recall that like this used to be a thing for all bus services like within that area. And obviously these are just road configuration changes. No more Mountbatten Road, now there's Sims Way, blah blah blah. I don't even get the enthusiasts nowadays. They would be like,
Oh my god, this is such a big thing. Oh, I'm gonna be the first to report this change and just paraphrase their words when people could just read the official press release.
You don't even need to explain these parts because it's so self-explanatory. This one, you could trace it out on the map as well. Just take note that this used to be one road, and then upper circular road actually connected to this direction, the upbound. I'm not even putting in effort to explain this because it is so damn self-explanatory. You guys find it hard to memorize, right? Well, all I'm gonna say is like this. They changed it to become like this, and then like this. It's actually pretty simple. You guys want me to crayon service 12 without referring to anything? I can just crayon it for you. Na 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 na. Go inside. This used to be a through road before it got converted into a dead end, but it used to be a through road. And then it didn't go here, it actually went like this. La 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 la. And then you follow service 32. La 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 la, then you go straight. I mean, why do you guys even need video editing when you can just do this? Like, there used to be a road in the past that's like this. Now that they've changed the road configuration, now service 12 has to do like this, but in the past it was just like this instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you change it to this instead. Oh, well, there was this, but then they changed it to this. Well, it used to be like this. Then they changed it to this. And then here instead of here. And then they didn't let it go inside the road anymore. It used to go like this. They didn't want it inside anymore, so they just linearized it. And then they send it to parseris, end of story. Used to terminate somapod, and then they send it to parseris. The modern day route, end of story. You see how easy it is to visualize this as opposed to this, 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 as opposed to this. Moral of the story, don't regurgitate. Doesn't help you. Merry Christmas.